Chief of Programs for Larkin Street Youth Services. And everyone has spoken so eloquently, particularly the young people, about the need for the services and for the housing. But I wanted to see if I could address, just expand a little bit on Rachel and Anne's comments around your specific questions around what happens in terms of service provision in the housing. So I have a few notes, and I'd be happy to answer any other specific questions. In terms of housing for youth, for young people that are in college, and particularly city college, there do exist some housing units that are specifically set aside. They're not, as again, we can't sort of legally mandate that the young people be in city college, but as a part of the service package and service plan, we can talk about, so for example, the units that we have for youth that are emancipated from foster care, they are also out by City College in San Francisco State. So those young people that are in those units out there are young people that are on that track towards City College and university work. To address the question around sort of specific populations, and I think Marisol, maybe you had a question about, Michelle had a specific question about just specific populations and how we sort of make decisions about, you know, this number of youth in this particular population in this housing unit. One of the things that I wanted to just highlight is the fact that the need, and you'll see on the list that there's a diverse range of housing types, of housing models, and that's part of what is necessary. Not only do we need the bulk, but we need a diversity in terms of the kinds of housing that we can provide so that we can address specific populations' needs and even just individual use needs. We also want to have programs both where young people who have similar demographics or similar issues that they're working with can be together, but we also want to have programs where a diverse population of youth can be, so that not only you feel like they need to be lumped into one specific category in order to be in the housing. And then I also just want to briefly address staff training, that we do have a pretty extensive process in terms of hiring, in terms of finding the right people to work with young people, not only sort of professional credentials, but life experience, and yeah, just it's a very special person that can work with young people and do it well, and that counts both for our staff and for our volunteers. We have a pretty extensive volunteer training program as well. Yeah, there was another question about how you get referred for housing as well.
I just want to ask, was that just for Larkin that has that kind of training?
I can only speak for Larkin specifically, but I would imagine that other programs as well have a pretty, extensive process in terms of finding the right people to work with young people. And then in terms of our referral question, that young people don't necessarily have to be in services already to be able to access the housing, but the great thing about youth-specific housing is that we can have all the services there that youth are able to access, so it's a choice for them versus, a requirement in order to get into housing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.